great South America culture. And that culture was really the offshoot of the Atlanteans. Hence, these places partook of the earliest portions of the peoples called the Inca, though the Inca were themselves the successors to those of Oz or Og. So the Oz people, the Og people, they were first. They were pre-Mayan, pre-Inca, and everything. In the Peruvian land and Mu, in the southern portions of what is now called California and Mexico, this again found a change when there were the injections from those people that came with the division of those peoples called the Promised Land. Now, this gets directly to the Mormon story, because here Casey is saying, during this period when the lost tribes took off, this is where they landed. So later, what you have is Iltar, in the beginning, after Atlantis, sets up this whole culture. And then later, you actually got this influence of the lost tribes coming over and setting up there. So you have the people from Atlantis, the people from Mu, and then later, the lost tribes of Israel. So I have to say that if you are following the Mormon story, this gives it a lot of heft. This does give it a lot of the background, because Casey is saying, yeah, that is what happened. And the Mormons are saying the same thing. So there's some, there's some weirdness around the Mormon story, but this part seems to be right on. Okay, so he starts talking about their activities, and he talks about the stones that they use, which they set up these firestones. So listen closely. The stones that are circular, that were of the magnetized influence upon which the spirit of one spoke to those people as they gathered in their service, are of the earliest Atlantean activities in religious service. The altars upon which these were cleansings for the bodies of individuals, not human sacrifice. These were later the altars upon which individual activities, in which they would sacrifice hate, malice, selfishness, self-indulgence, these were cleansed from the body in the Iltar, what they set up there. And through the rise of initiates from the sources of light, that came from the stones upon which the angels of light during the periods gave their expression to the peoples. So what's happening is, just like during the Atlantean period, these groups, these high initiate groups that are guiding the technology, are bringing in the saintly realm to get their information, and they're doing it in ceremony with the technology of the two-eye crystal.